Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Hanary from CZT Hiroko Matso. And I hope I pronounced all of that right. Okay, I've been seeing this one for a while, and I thought, okay, it is. We just have to do it. And it is very, very cute. All right, starting off in the center of wherever you want this, and I'll do multiple here. We will put an orb, and I'm gonna try to make this next bit a little bit longer. Well, now when I go back and look at my version of the step out, like, oh, well, that's not so bad. But I'm gonna try it a little longer. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna keep a gap. So we're doing like a petal, right? A big, long C shape, but leave that gap from the orb. And you can put as many of these around as you'd like. And also leaving a gap in between them just a little bit. And I think, let me look back. Yeah, well, take a look at for more inspiration link. That's why I put it there. Yeah, you could have it. It looks like they're all separate, different degrees, by different degrees, I should say. And because, it's Zentangle, and I like to use the phrase, it really doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter in certain respects, meaning there's always a way that we can correct something if you end up not liking it. Okay, so it's a really cute flower. Now, on my version of the step outs, I decided to split up the next step that Hiroko has, because I was like, all right, what order am I going to make, all of that? I mean, I could see it. I'm like, but in the same respect, I'm like, all right, how am I going to do that? I'm like, well, if I'm thinking it, somebody else is going to think it too. So here's what I decided to do. You do whatever works best for you. But I decided from the center of this to do two little lines and still keeping the gap. And then to do the kind of the little orb on top. And we're still leaving that opening. And then connecting those lines and kind of auraing the orb like that. Oh, this is so far so good. I shouldn't jinx myself. Some of my other ones, it got a little bit wide here, but it doesn't. Here's why it doesn't matter too, because wherever it is that you don't like whatever happened, there's so many things we can do. We could add some weight, so filling in a little bit, figuring out a decoration that would cover whatever it is that you don't like. Always ways. Yeah, and look at, well, I got one a little bit longer than I wanted to. Or, I mean, a little bit longer like I wanted to. It looks like a little poke root in there. But like I said, I needed to figure out, okay, well, what, you could start here. That was my first thought was, well, I could start here. Oh, but then, I want to make sure I kind of get this in the center. So why not do that first? That's how my thought process goes. It's like, well, what, where can I mess up the most? And let's work to not have that happen. I must say this one, it makes me think, it's very groovy. It makes me think of Denny's, the restaurant Denny's, and because they had these flowers all over things, but it was the era, back in the day. I'm giving away my age. It doesn't matter. And let's just do a couple other ones. But that's what it made me think of. I'm like, oh, it's just so cute. All right, let's see, and then we'll do some decorating. Okay, but we'll move it. I'll move a little faster here. All right, so orb, and then, and two, however many of these you wish to have around yours is also up to you. Oh, look at, I'm going to fit 4. You know, it's just, I kind of go with, well, how am I going to need to stretch it too much? Can I fit 2 in here? You know, when you start getting to the end. You know, and here's another thought too on this part. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to think about it. Because, you know, sometimes that's what I do. Could move to a smaller nib pen if you have one, depending on what you're using at the moment. That could make it a little easier. I just kept finding that I was either making this too big or this part was too small for my liking. But then, like I said, I look back, I'm like, well, they look pretty good. I think sometimes when we're in the moment, our brains go, whoa. Get all, judgy on us. But like I said, it's a really neat tangle. Lots of opportunity to play. Whoa, that one is super long. Oh, I have to love it. Oh my goodness. My phone dinging threw me off. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh, you know, I might try something else too. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? I know how to correct it. Okay. All right. Yeah, and I'm working on a very small tile. So if you do this bigger, it's going to be I'd like to think it's going to be a lot easier. But I do have an idea that I didn't see on the step outs. Okay, so playing with number 1. Okay, so for this one, here's what I was thinking. Because we can do anything, right? So here, I'm just going to thicken the top. These ones, though, that one I did on the inside. These, I'm doing on the outside. Well, this one, it'll go off the page. Like I said, there's always a way. And just like lots of other things, if we are open to the other ways, then it's much easier to see them. I was also thinking, well, it doesn't quite go with the pattern. I was thinking, well, we could put something in between maybe. But let's play a little bit. I kind of like this one just the way it is. This one, though, another thing that she has some really good ideas, but you could just aura each petal. Well, this one is going to go sort of off the page. Like so. And then you know what I'm going to do on top of it? I'm going to leave, like I said, I'm going to leave that one the way it is. On top of it, I'm going to aura the whole thing. We're going to go underneath this one, though. Like that. Always something that we can do. This one, you know, I think let's see if I can add a little small. No, is that going to look too weird? Oh, maybe, but let's just do it. I was just not liking that gap. Look at that. Making it work. Oh, it's just so fun. All right. Some other thoughts. So you could thicken things. You could aura and then aura again. Oh, you know, the little center. Let's do that on this one. I'm just going to thicken it. I could come back with a thicker pen, but no. I started it already. Could. It's just a really interesting tangle. Just so many options. And then let's do this. Let's, on this one, we'll add some shading to those tips. And see where we go. Ooh, I like it. And then too, why not? Well, I'm just going to use what's left on the Tortillion. I could do that in all of them. You could also fill that center in solid if you wanted to. Let's try. Oh, well, no, we already did that kind of there. Let's just try this. Just do some shading on either side. I was thinking, I could, fill in with the black and leave a little shine on the tip, but do it with the shading. With the graphite. That's kind of fun. You likey. All right. Well, and you get the idea. Lots of fun, lots of options, all completely up to you and how you see it. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you haven't, I'm going to do a little something else here. If you have, I would love it if you click on the like button. And then if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Oh, I got to do that here too. We got to get that little shadowy stuff going on. In the description section, I mentioned taking a look at the For More Inspiration link for just that, more inspiration from the creator of the Tangle. I always like to make sure to do that. And then you'll see my version of the step outs as well. Below that, you will find my link tree. And there you will find everything else. Oh, I'm going to do something else too. Let's start with just this. If you were interested in tangling with me online and with some other Tangle addicts, we would love to have you join us and the fun that we have. There are a couple links there to follow me for classes. And that just makes it easier so that way, you don't have to calculate what, the time zone and all of that kind of stuff. And you can get reminders. So there's that. We have a Tangle Addicts community on Facebook. So if you'd like to join us there, click the link, answer the 4 questions, and that's that. Classes. I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays, by the way. A lot of them are free. Thursdays are free. Tuesdays, except for the third Tuesday, those ones help me keep the lights on. And I have a subscription club, so if you are interested, check that out as well. All right. What else? Sometimes it's fun to just do this. If you feel like, I just need something like in the background. This is just, it's like aura-ing with the graphite, with whatever's left on the Tortillion. And you notice I was coming back. I was using what's on there like as my palette. And to grab some more, because I don't want to have the harsh lines, of throwing the pencil on there. So really, really neat. Anyway, it's everything in that link tree is self-explanatory. Hope to see you live sometime. But if not, feel free to leave comments as well. I do try my very best to respond. So if you have questions, I'm working on getting caught up again. But But yeah, would love to hear from you. All right. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.